Most people inspect the sights, the trigger, and the finish before buying a defensive handgun. Almost nobody checks whether the serial number falls inside a safety recall, and that can be a serious mistake. A pistol can feel solid at the gun counter. It can come from a respected company. It can have thousands of positive reviews, but none of that tells you whether a safety lever can fail, a drop safety may not work, or a critical internal part came from a defective production run. That does not mean every gun in a recalled product line is dangerous. It does mean the exact model, production date, and serial number matter far more than the logo on the slide. In this video, we are breaking down 13 handguns connected to factory recalls, official safety notices, or serious allegations involving unintended discharges and mechanical failures. We will separate confirmed defects from lawsuits and disputed claims. We will show you what failed, which production ranges matter, and what to verify before trusting one of these pistols for concealed carry, home defense, or regular range use. And stay through number 1. That pistol is one of the most widely carried striker-fired handguns in America, and the controversy around it is still far more complicated than most videos admit. If you appreciate straight firearm information without the brand war nonsense, hit the like button and subscribe. Then, tell us in the comments which handgun you trust for personal protection, and whether you have ever had to send a gun back for a recall or factory upgrade. Number 13. Ruger 5.7. The Ruger 5.7, chambered in 5.7 by 28 mm, entered the market in 2019. In 2021, Ruger issued a safety bulletin involving a small number of pistols with right-side thumb safety levers that did not meet specifications. Those levers could crack. If that happened, the safety could appear to move normally while failing to perform its intended function. That distinction matters. This was not a confirmed claim that the pistol would fire by itself. The issue was that the owner could believe the manual safety was engaged when the internal mechanism was not providing the expected protection. Ruger instructed owners to inspect and test affected pistols using the company's published procedure. Guns covered by the bulletin could be returned for replacement of the safety lever. If you are buying a used Ruger 5.7, the exterior finish is not the first question. The first question is whether the pistol falls inside the affected serial range and whether the factory correction was completed. Number 12. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. The original Smith & Wesson M&P Shield became one of America's most popular slim carry pistols after its 2012 launch. But certain early production guns were included in a 2013 safety alert. The concern involved the trigger bar pin and a small part of the lower trigger assembly. Wear or damage could affect the pistol's passive drop safety function. In practical terms, the trigger might not return and re-engage the way it was designed to. That could create a risk of discharge if the pistol was dropped. Smith & Wesson published an inspection procedure and offered repairs for affected guns. Later production was corrected. This matters because early shields are still common in used gun cases, private sales, and trade-in counters. Do not assume every shield is affected. Also, do not assume an older pistol is clear just because it looks clean. With early production carry guns, serial number and service history matter more than cosmetics. Number 11. Taurus PT-24/7 Millennium Pro. The Taurus PT-24/7 Millennium Pro was part of a group of pistols covered by one of the largest handgun settlement programs in recent history. In 2015, Taurus agreed to a settlement valued at $239 million involving allegations that several models could discharge when dropped. 9 models were included in the recall and remedy program. The Millennium Pro was one of them. Owners and plaintiffs reported incidents in which pistols allegedly fired without an intentional trigger press after impact or movement. One widely reported case involved an Iowa deputy whose pistol discharged inside a patrol vehicle. Taurus denied wrongdoing. The settlement itself was not an admission that every allegation had been proven. But it still matters to a buyer because affected models were covered by a formal inspection, repair, or replacement process. These pistols still appear on the used market. That is the reason to care. A low asking price does not mean much if the gun's recall status cannot be verified. Cheap on the shelf can get expensive real fast. Number 10. Ruger Mark IV and 2245. The Ruger Mark IV, including the popular 2245, is one of the most recognizable rimfire target pistol families in America. Certain pistols manufactured before June 1, 2017 were recalled. The problem involved the safety lever being positioned between safe and fire. Under a specific sequence, the trigger could be pressed while the safety was in that halfway position. If the trigger was then released and the safety moved fully to fire, the pistol could discharge. That is a narrow mechanical condition, but it is still serious. A shooter may believe the pistol is being returned to normal operation when the movement of the safety completes an unintended firing sequence. Ruger offered a free retrofit and created a serial number lookup process. This is especially important for used gun buyers. A Mark IV can look nearly new, spend most of its life in a case, and still be from the affected production period. The takeaway is not that every Mark IV is unsafe. The takeaway is that production date and retrofit status must be confirmed. Number 9. Ruger American Pistol. The Ruger American Pistol was built as Ruger's modern polymer frame, striker-fired duty pistol. The safety bulletin involving certain 9mm models was not primarily a drop-fire issue. It was a high round count durability concern. Ruger identified premature wear at the locking surfaces between the slide and barrel. The company stated that the issue typically did not appear below 10,000 rounds. If the wear continued, a crack could develop near the ejection port. Continued firing with a cracked slide could eventually lead to slide failure. This is where the used gun conversation gets real. 10,000 rounds may sound like a lifetime to a casual owner. It is not an impossible number for a rental gun, training pistol, agency gun, or heavily used range handgun. A low price on a used Ruger American may look attractive, but if the pistol has a high round count, inspect the locking surfaces and verify whether Ruger has evaluated it. This is not a brand loyalty question. It is a round count and maintenance history question. Number 8. Walther PK380. The Walther PK380 was sold as a compact 380 ACP carry pistol with a manual safety. In October 2012, Walther recalled certain pistols because the manual safety might not prevent firing when the trigger was pressed. That means the lever could be placed in the safe position, yet fail to block the firing mechanism as intended. The gun was not alleged to fire with no contact or impact at all. The problem was that the safety could give the shooter false confidence. A manual safety is only a mechanical supplement. It never replaces muzzle discipline, trigger discipline, or proper handling. But when a manufacturer installs one, it must do what the owner reasonably expects it to do. Walther instructed owners of affected pistols to stop using them and return them for service. If you are looking at a used PK380, verify recall completion before treating that safety lever as anything more than a visual control. Number 7. Walther CCP M1. The original Walther CCP M1 used a gas-delayed blowback system and was marketed as an easy-to-rack concealed carry pistol. In March 2017, Walther issued a recall involving the possibility of a discharge if the pistol was dropped. The company's notice made one point especially clear. The condition could occur whether the manual safety was engaged or disengaged. That is what separates this recall from a simple safety lever defect. The safety position did not remove the concern. Walther told owners to stop using affected M1 pistols and return them for a free correction. For a concealed carry handgun, drop safety is not an optional feature. A gun can be knocked from a table, a holster can fail, a person can slip while moving through a parking lot or getting out of a vehicle. A carry pistol must remain inert through those events. With the CCP M1, the only responsible question is whether the recall work was completed. Number 6. Walther PPS M2. The Walther PPS M2 was introduced as a slim, single-stack 9mm for everyday concealed carry. In November 2018, Walther announced a safety recall involving certain pistols that could potentially fire when dropped. Affected owners were instructed to stop using the pistol and return it for a free safety upgrade. The useful detail here is the identification mark. Corrected guns received a small yellow dot inside the magazine well. That gives a used gun buyer something specific to inspect. This is where the section earns its place in the list. The concern is not simply that a recall once existed. The concern is whether the exact pistol in front of you received the fix. If the seller cannot confirm the service history, inspect the magazine well and check the serial number with Walther before relying on the gun for carry. Number 5. Ruger's 22. The Ruger SR22 is a lightweight 22 long rifle pistol used for plinking, training, and low recoil practice. Ruger issued a safety bulletin after discovering that internal safety components in a small number of frames might not have been properly secured. Under the condition described by Ruger, the pistol could discharge during decocking. That means the shooter could activate a control intended to lower the hammer safely and experience an unexpected shot if a live round remained in the chamber. Ruger offered free inspection and retrofit service. The company later expanded the range of potentially affected pistols in March 2024. That update matters in 2026. An owner who checked an early notice may still need to check the expanded serial range. This is also a reminder that low recoil does not mean low consequence. A 22 long rifle pistol still requires the same safe muzzle direction, chamber verification, and recoil awareness as any centerfire handgun. Number 4. Ruger LCP. The original Ruger LCP helped define the modern pocket pistol category after launching in 2008. It was small, light, and chambered in .380 ACP. Soon after release, Ruger announced a retrofit program involving certain pistols that could discharge if dropped onto a hard surface with a round in the chamber. The affected guns were associated with the 370 serial number prefix. Ruger replaced internal components and marked corrected pistols with a small diamond-shaped stamp in the hammer area. Later pistols beginning with the 371 prefix incorporated the revised mechanism and were not included in that original recall. This is exactly the kind of recall a pocket gun buyer must take seriously. A pocket pistol spends its life moving with the owner. It gets carried while sitting, bending, driving, dressing, and working. Convenience increases exposure to everyday handling. That makes reliable drop safety even more important. If you are buying an original LCP, check the prefix and look for proof of the retrofit. Pocket size is useful. Mechanical security is non-negotiable. Number 3. Taurus GX4. The Taurus GX4 entered the market as a modern micro-compact 9mm. Taurus later issued a safety notice stating that certain pistols could potentially discharge when dropped under specific conditions. The company instructed owners of affected guns to stop using them and created an official serial number lookup and repair process. That is the key information. Do not rely on forum posts, photos, or somebody saying the gun came from a later shipment. Use the manufacturer's serial checker. The GX4 also makes a broader point. New production does not automatically mean proven production. Modern machining, compact dimensions, and current marketing do not eliminate the possibility of a design or manufacturing problem. A new pistol can still require a factory correction. For an owner or used gun buyer, the decision is simple. Verify the exact serial number before carrying it. Number 2. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield EZ. The Smith & Wesson M&P Shield EZ was designed for shooters who struggle with stiff slides and heavy recoil springs. That includes many first-time buyers, older shooters, and people with limited hand strength. In late 2020, Smith & Wesson recalled certain 9mm and .380 ACP pistols manufactured between March and October of that year. The problem involved hammers supplied for some guns. Those hammers could crack. If the hammer failed to engage the sear correctly, one trigger press could fire a round and allow additional rounds to discharge as the slide cycled. That is a serious fire control failure. The shooter expects one shot. The gun may produce more than one. Smith & Wesson told affected owners to stop using the pistols and return them for free service. This problem was limited to a defined production window. But the intended buyer makes the defect especially important. A gun marketed around easier manipulation is often handed to a newer shooter. That person may have less experience reacting to an unexpected mechanical failure. Before purchasing a used Shield EZ, verify the manufacture period and recall status. Number 1. SIG Sauer P320. The SIG Sauer P320 is one of the most widely adopted striker-fired pistol platforms in the United States. Military variants were adopted as the M17 and M18 under the Modular Handgun System program. Law enforcement agencies and civilian shooters have also adopted the platform in large numbers. The controversy surrounding it needs to be separated into two distinct issues. First, early commercial P320 pistols were shown to be capable of firing when dropped at certain angles. In 2017, SIG Sauer launched a voluntary upgrade program. The upgrade reduced the mass of several fire control components and added a mechanical disconnector. SIG states that commercial pistols produced after August 8, 2017 incorporated those changes. That is the established early drop test issue. The second issue involves later reports and lawsuits alleging that some pistols discharged while holstered or without an intentional trigger press. More than 100 owners have made similar allegations, and multiple people have reported injuries. SIG disputes those claims and maintains that the pistol meets applicable safety standards. That distinction must remain clear. A lawsuit is not the same as a factory recall. An allegation is not automatically a proven engineering conclusion, but repeated reports involving a widely carried service pistol still deserve serious attention. Anyone considering a used P320 should confirm the production date and determine whether an early pistol received the voluntary upgrade. Owners should also use a properly fitted holster that completely protects the trigger area and remains rigid during normal carry. This section is not about internet brand wars. It is about understanding the platform's history and making an informed decision. The P320 may be modular, accurate, and widely adopted. Those strengths do not remove the need to understand the original upgrade or the later disputed reports. These 13 examples do not prove that every pistol from these manufacturers is defective. They prove something more useful. Recall status is model-specific, production-specific, and often serial number-specific. A respected logo is not a substitute for checking the gun. Neither is price, military adoption, or a clean exterior. Before trusting any pistol for concealed carry or home defense, verify the serial number through the manufacturer's official website. Confirm whether a retrofit was required. Look for the correct service mark. Ask for repair documentation when buying used. And if the manufacturer tells owners to stop using a firearm, treat that instruction seriously. Do not depend on a forum comment or a seller's memory. Mechanical safeties also do not replace responsible handling. Keep the muzzle in a safe direction. Keep the trigger protected. Verify chamber condition. Use a proper holster, and stay current on factory safety notices. Have you owned one of these pistols? Did your gun require a factory repair or upgrade? Share your experience in the comments, especially if you can help another owner understand what service mark or paperwork to look for. If you value recall information without the brand war nonsense, subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay informed, stay responsible, and stay safe.